In a small and secluded town nestled among dense forests and rolling hills, an unsettling horror story unfolded that shook the community to its core. The town was known for its friendly residents, picturesque landscapes, and a sense of safety that only small towns can offer. However, beneath the quaint facade, something sinister lurked, waiting to reveal its dark secrets. The story began with the disappearance of a young girl named Emily, a beloved member of the community, known for a bright smile and kind heart. One sunny afternoon, she went out to play with her friends in the nearby woods, as she had done countless times before. But when the sun dipped below the horizon, and Emily hadn't returned home, panic set in. The town quickly mobilized to search for Emily, with volunteers combing every inch of the forest and surrounding areas. As the hours turned into days, the hope of finding her alive dwindled. The once close-knit community now turned on itself, searching for someone to blame for Emily's disappearance. Amid the chaos, whispers began to circulate about a mysterious and long-abandoned house on the outskirts of town. The house, with its boarded-up windows and overgrown vegetation, had long been considered haunted. Locals shared stories of strange lights flickering in the windows at night and eerie sounds emanating from within its decaying walls. Rumors spread that Emily had been lured to the haunted house by an unknown figure, and that the house itself held dark secrets that were best left undisturbed. People began recounting their own encounters with the eerie place, claiming to have seen ghostly apparitions or heard anguished cries in the dead of night. Despite the warnings, a group of determined townsfolk decided to investigate the haunted house in hopes of finding clues about Emily's whereabouts. Armed with flashlights and trembling with fear, they cautiously made their way to the crumbling structure. Inside, they discovered a scene straight out of a nightmare. The walls were covered in unsettling symbols and writings that seemed to defy explanation. Rooms were filled with tattered furniture and broken artifacts, hinting at a time long past when the house was inhabited by who knows what. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the house, their flashlights fell upon a hidden trapdoor in the floor. With trepidation, they opened it, revealing a chilling secret beneath. A hidden basement, cold and damp, held the answers they sought. In the basement, they found Emily's lifeless body, her once bright eyes now vacant and glassy. Horror and grief overwhelmed the group, who were now confronted with the cruel reality that their worst fears had come true. The investigation into Emily's death revealed that the haunted house had been the lair of a disturbed and malevolent individual who had preyed on the innocence of the town's children for years. He had managed to remain hidden from the watchful eyes of the community, striking fear into the hearts of those who dared to explore his territory. As the shocking truth emerged, the small town was thrown into a state of collective mourning and fear. Trust in one another wavered, and neighbors looked at each other with suspicion, wondering if they could ever truly know the people living next door. The haunted house became a dreaded place, avoided by all, as if it held an evil presence that refused to be exorcised. The townspeople worked together to have it torn down, but its dark history lingered in the minds of the community. In the aftermath of Emily's tragic death, the town came together to honor her memory and support her grieving family. A memorial service was held in the heart of the town, where candles were lit, and prayers were offered for the innocent soul that had been lost. Emily's death served as a chilling reminder that darkness could dwell even in the most peaceful corners of the world, leaving scars that never truly fade away. The small town, once a haven of tranquility, was now forever changed by the haunting tragedy that unfolded within its borders. As the years passed, the memory of Emily and the haunted house would continue to live on in the hearts of the townspeople. The tale would be passed down through generations as a cautionary story, warning against the dangers that could lurk beneath the surface of even the most serene places. And the once idyllic town would never fully escape the shadow of the disturbing horror that had shaken its foundation to the core. The Vanishing Children, a haunting unsolved mystery that echoes through time, in a peaceful and close-knit small town, nestled amidst lush green fields and serene landscapes, a chilling horror story unfolded that shook the community to its core. Over the course of several years, a series of unsettling disappearances of children sent shockwaves through the once tranquil town, leaving residents gripped by fear and uncertainty. The first disappearance occurred without warning. A young boy named Tommy, known for his infectious laughter and bright eyes, vanished without a trace one sunny afternoon while playing in a park near his home. His parents and the entire town rallied together in an extensive search effort, but despite their best efforts, no sign of Tommy was ever found. As the weeks turned into months, the community lived in a state of heightened alertness, closely watching their children as they went about their daily activities. But despite their vigilance, more children began to vanish mysteriously over time, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and bewilderment. Each disappearance followed a similar pattern. The children would be seen playing or walking home, and then they would simply vanish into thin air, leaving no clues or traces behind. The police and investigators were baffled, unable to find any concrete leads or suspects. Fear and paranoia consumed the town, leading to accusations and mistrust among neighbors. Everyone began to suspect each other, and the once strong community bonds began to unravel as the number of missing children continued to rise. In their desperation for answers, some residents turned to folklore and local legends to make sense of the horrifying events. Whispers of a malevolent presence lurking in the shadows of the town spread, leading some to believe that an otherworldly force was responsible for the disappearances. The town's once jubilant atmosphere turned somber and tense, with parents afraid to let their children out of their sight. Public events were canceled, and the parks that once rang with laughter now lay empty and desolate. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement and countless hours of investigation, the mystery of the vanishing children remained unsolved. The small town became synonymous with tragedy and despair, a place haunted by the inexplicable loss of innocence. Years passed, but the scars left by the unsolved mystery never healed. The vanished children became etched into the town's collective memory, their names forever engraved on memorial plaques and in the hearts of those who loved them. Some townspeople couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that an unseen malevolence had taken root in their once peaceful community. Speculation and theories abounded, with some suggesting that the disappearances were connected to a shadowy cult or a curse placed on the town. As the years turned into decades, the town's population dwindled, as families moved away in search of safer havens for their children. The once thriving community now stood as a ghostly reminder of what it had once been. Though the number of disappearances had dwindled, the town's unsettling reputation endured, attracting thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators eager to uncover the truth behind the vanishing children. Books and documentaries were produced, each offering its own perspective on the haunting mystery. The story of the vanishing children became part of the town's lore, passed down from one generation to the next as a chilling cautionary tale. Each year, on the anniversary of the first disappearance, the town held a somber memorial service, lighting candles and offering prayers for the innocent souls that had been lost. The unsolved mystery continues to echo through time, leaving the town forever scarred by the inexplicable horror that had befallen them. The vanishing children became more than just a series of disappearances, they became a symbol of the fragility of innocence and the enduring impact of the unknown. The town serves as a chilling reminder that even in the most idyllic of settings, darkness can lurk, forever leaving behind a legacy of fear and pain that endures long after the final chapter of the unsolved mystery has been written. The Vanished Village, the haunting enigma of Roanoke. In the late 16th century, a small English settlement named Roanoke was established on an island off the coast of present-day North Carolina, USA. The settlement was intended to become the first permanent English colony in the New World, but it would go down in history as one of the most baffling and disturbing mysteries of early American history. In 1587, a group of about 115 settlers, including men, women, and children, arrived at Roanoke Island. Led by John White, the settlers began building their new life in this remote and unfamiliar land. John White soon returned to England to gather much-needed supplies and reinforcements, leaving behind his daughter, Eleanor Dare, and newborn granddaughter, Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. Due to the ongoing conflict between England and Spain, White was unable to return to Roanoke as quickly as he had hoped. When he finally arrived back at the settlement in 1590, he was met with a chilling scene. The settlement had been completely abandoned, with no signs of life or struggle. The only clues left behind were cryptic carvings on a nearby tree and the word Croton etched on a post. The unsettling markings left by the vanished settlers only added to the mystery. The Croton inscription suggested that the settlers had sought refuge with the nearby Croatan tribe, as agreed upon before White's departure. However, due to inclement weather and the dangerous situation in the New World, White was unable to investigate further, and the ultimate fate of the Roanoke colonists remained shrouded in uncertainty. Despite numerous expeditions and archaeological excavations, the fate of the Roanoke settlers remains unknown. Researchers have unearthed tantalizing artifacts, such as European pottery and tools, buried among Native American artifacts in areas believed to be associated with the Croatan tribe. However, no definitive evidence has been found to conclusively explain what happened to the vanished settlers. Various theories have been proposed over the centuries. Some believe that the settlers integrated with the Croatan tribe and merged into the Native American population, while others speculate that they may have fallen victim to disease, famine, or attacks by other tribes. Another theory suggests that they attempted to leave Roanoke Island by sea but perished in the treacherous waters. The mystery of Roanoke has captured the imagination of countless individuals, becoming a chilling cautionary tale of the unknown and the inherent risks of exploration and colonization. It serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that can still remain concealed in the vast expanses of history. Roanoke remains a dark chapter in the history of the New World, a small town that vanished without a trace, leaving behind only questions and an enduring sense of unease. The tale of the lost colony will forever be etched in history as a true disturbing small-town horror story that continues to capture the minds of those fascinated by the enigmatic and unexplained. The story of Roanoke has left an indelible mark on American folklore and popular culture. The enigma of the vanished village has been retold through books, movies, and television shows, with each retelling adding new layers of intrigue and mystery to the tale. As time goes on, the riddle of Roanoke may never be fully solved. Yet, the story of the lost colony endures, serving as a reminder of the uncertainties and mysteries that lie hidden in the annals of history, waiting for those bold enough to seek answers to their age-old questions. Roanoke will forever be a chilling enigma, a haunting tale of a vanished village that continues to captivate the hearts and minds of those who dare to venture into its unsettling realm. In the remote and isolated small town of Pine Hollow, surrounded by dense forests and an air of mystery, there existed an old, abandoned hospital that held a dark and haunting history. Decades ago, the Pine Hollow Hospital was a prominent medical facility that served the community and the neighboring areas. It was known for its experimental treatments and cutting-edge medical procedures, drawing patients from far and wide seeking hope for their ailments. However, as the years passed, rumors began to circulate about the hospital's practices. Whispers of mistreatment, unethical experiments, and human testing spread like wildfire through the small town, but the townspeople were hesitant to confront the hospital staff or authorities, fearing retaliation or disbelief. Nevertheless, the hospital's reputation began to deteriorate, and the once proud medical facility became shrouded in an ominous cloud of fear and suspicion. Patients who entered the facility rarely left, and those who did often emerged in worse conditions than before. Many of the former patients suffered from severe mental health issues, plagued by recurring nightmares and paranoia that they were being watched or followed. The sinister rumors painted the hospital as a place of horrors, where the line between medical science and macabre experimentation had been blurred. One fateful autumn night, a group of curious and adventurous teenagers from Pine Hollow decided to explore the abandoned hospital, eager to uncover its secrets and prove or dispel the haunting rumors. Armed with flashlights and adrenaline, they set off on their quest, determined to confront the darkness that lay dormant within the decaying building. As they navigated the labyrinthine corridors and explored the crumbling rooms, they sensed an unmistakable presence that seemed to lurk around every corner. Strange noises echoed through the empty halls, and shadows danced on the peeling walls. The air felt heavy, laden with the weight of the hospital's disturbing past. The group stumbled upon a forgotten basement, a level that even the bravest of townsfolk dared not venture into. Inside, they discovered a room filled with an array of disturbing medical equipment, decaying patient records, and the personal belongings of the forgotten souls who had once occupied the hospital beds. Among the ruins, they uncovered journals detailing the suffering and anguish endured by the patients, painting a bleak and haunting picture of their experiences. As the teenagers began to piece together the hospital's grim history, a sudden, bone-chilling cold enveloped the room. Their flashlights flickered, and an overwhelming sense of dread washed over them. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. Unseen forces seemed to push and pull at them, and disembodied voices whispered haunting messages in their ears. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they struggled to maintain their composure. In a state of terror, they rushed to escape the basement, but to their horror, the heavy metal door slammed shut behind them, trapping them inside. For what felt like an eternity, they battled against an unknown and malevolent presence. Desperate and terrified, they finally managed to break free and ran as fast as their trembling legs could carry them. They didn't stop until they were far away from the cursed hospital, seeking refuge in the comfort and familiarity of their own homes. From that night on, the teenagers were plagued by nightmares and unexplained phenomena. They struggled to find rational explanations for the horrors they had experienced, but the memories of the abandoned hospital's malevolence lingered, leaving them scarred for life. News of the teenagers' harrowing encounter spread like wildfire throughout Pine Hollow. The town's horror story of the haunted hospital continued to echo through the years, leaving behind a chilling reminder of the darkness that can consume a place and those who dare to explore its secrets. The abandoned hospital remained a macabre symbol of the town's disturbing past, forever etched in the memories of those who heard the eerie tale. To this day, the small town of Pine Hollow remains haunted by the unsettling events that transpired within the walls of the forsaken hospital, a cautionary tale of the sinister consequences that can befall those who delve too deeply into the unknown. In a quiet and picturesque small town named Blackwood, winter tightened its icy grip on the small town, the haunting mystery deepened, leaving residents fearful of the darkness that lurked within their once peaceful community. As the investigation progressed, more disturbing details emerged about the individual responsible for the disappearances. The authorities discovered a hidden room beneath the floorboards of the cabin, a secret chamber where unspeakable acts had taken place. Inside the dimly lit room, they found chilling evidence of ritualistic practices and macabre trophies taken from the victims. Blood-stained altars, cryptic symbols, and disturbing writings covered the walls, hinting at a malevolent force driving the perpetrators' actions. It was clear that the disturbed individual had been consumed by darkness, and the once close-knit town struggled to comprehend how such evil had resided among them unnoticed for so long. As news of the gruesome discovery spread, shock and fear gripped the hearts of the residents. They could no longer trust their own neighbors, and suspicion cast a long shadow over every interaction. The sense of community that once bound the people of Blackwood together was shattered, replaced by a cold and palpable sense of mistrust. The trial of the disturbed individual was a harrowing ordeal for the town. Families of the victims faced unimaginable grief and trauma as they recounted the horrors their loved ones had endured. The defendant, shrouded in an aura of madness, showed little remorse for the lives they had taken. As the trial unfolded, it became evident that the disturbed individual had been deeply entrenched in a dark and twisted belief system, convinced that the heinous acts they committed were in service to some malevolent entity. The townspeople struggled to comprehend how someone could be driven to such depths of depravity. As the verdict was delivered, and the perpetrator was sentenced to life in prison, Blackwood began its journey of healing. But the scars of the disturbing horror story would remain etched in the town's collective memory for generations to come. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the small town embarked on a path of renewal and resilience. Community meetings and support groups were organized to rebuild trust and foster healing. The townspeople reached out to one another, determined to reclaim the sense of unity that had once defined their community. Over time, the forest surrounding Blackwood began to lose its ominous presence. Efforts were made to transform the abandoned cabin into a place of remembrance and reflection, a symbol of the community's strength in the face of darkness. As the years passed, the legend of the disturbing small-town horror story of Blackwood faded from the headlines, but the lessons learned never truly vanished. The townspeople learned that evil could take root anywhere, and the importance of staying vigilant and connected as a community. Though scarred, Blackwood became a town that refused to be defined by its dark past. Instead, it became a testament to the resilience of human spirit, reminding the world that even in the face of the most sinister horrors, hope, healing, and unity could triumph. Thank you again for joining us for another video. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe and comment down below and let us know what you would like to hear in the near future. See you all again soon.